Greetings everybody to the third episode of Eggman's Breakdown show, which is where we basically, just before a big ASF event, we will review what is going on, and Eggman is going to give his detailed analysis on each match that is going to come up very soon in our next big event, which is No Way Out. And so I guess say hi, Eggman. Hello. Yeah, good. That was impressive. Do you say that when you pick up the phone? Never you mind. Let's just carry on with the show. Okay. Let's kick off first. May as well. We've got how many is it? I think we've got about 6. We have indeed. I've got them all here on the list. So you have. Well, what's the first one then? Well, you got down your match here first. I do indeed. I want to get it out the way. I want to hear your thoughts before I tell you what's going to happen. What, you're going to lose? No. Well, that's my first assumption, because I'm backing up everyone else in here. Only the elite few think you're going to win for some gosh darn reason. And why do you think I can't win? It's quite simple. Just look at your opponent. Yes. And just look at his opponent. Yeah. Pretty pathetic looking. Thanks. But I tell you, who am I exactly? You're AKI. You're the chairman. Yes. And I have unlimited resources. Okay, good point. And I want this robot back. I don't want it being by Cyrus's side anymore. What, you want him to be a target again? He was never a target in the first place. Cyrus has enough wrestling skill to back himself up. We've seen him in action on the rare occasion, but on the rare occasion he has delivered. I think the last time we ever saw him, he was in action with Bomberman, and he pulled off a very impressive showing. But so he doesn't need it. I need it. That's the reason I made him in the first place. That's why I brought him in, because I need this robot. So I'm going to pull out all the stops, mark my words, to get this guy, to get the robot back. Cyrus, you better come prepared, because I'm coming for you. Or at least I'm coming for your robot, and he's going to be back in my corner by the end of the night. Because I'm going to pull out all the stops. And who knows, you might see some people from Raw, or you might see some people from SmackDown, or you might see some people from somewhere else. You just might see anything, because I have the power. I have the power in the way of business, and I'm fighting something which has the power in the fighting skill. But nonetheless, I think I'm going to stand victorious. So, let's move on now, shall we? So you're not going to ask me for my prediction. I've already heard it. You said I'm going to lose, which I'm not. I can assure you I'm not. I've got a gleam in my eye. You have. It's scary. Turn that way. Okay, I'll talk to you with my hair. Anyway, let's move on. We crack on with this. Let's move on to, well, speaking of Cyrus, let's move on to his big announcement that he's got planned for SmackDown at No Way Out. Obviously something big, I reckon, don't you? I certainly do. I mean, Cyrus always has something positive to say. Well, I say positive. Positive for him. But he's usually got something good up his sleeve that's good for us, and sometimes bad for us, but it's still good in some ways, shape or form. Don't ask me how to explain that one. But if he's saving this for a big event to go up into that ring with the microphone and start yapping, and remember, what he says goes, because he's the GM, and he hasn't told me yet, so I don't know what he's got planned, to be honest. So I can't give you any hints. Damn. Yeah, so if he's keeping it a secret from me, then I don't know what he's planning, but it's going to be huge. It's going to be huge. But be interesting to see the feedback. Well, on what the on what the announcement could possibly be. I mean, let's run down the things it could actually be here. I mean, what? New person entering the show? Someone leaving? Someone... I don't know, I'm clueless. Someone getting fired? That's what I said, leaving. I like putting the emphasis on it, though. If someone's leaving, he's firing them. But that might not be the case. It could be anything. Someone being drafted over from Raw? I don't know. It could be anything. Knowing Cyrus, it will be anything. We'll just have to wait and see, won't we? We will. I'm looking forward to that, indeed. To see what Cyrus has got in his crazy mind of his. That's going to be announced next. So, what is next? Let's move on, shall we? Let's not worry about it too much. That's what we're doing this show for, to worry about it. Yes. Good point. But let's move on now to a rather more exciting match I'm looking forward to, I've got to say. It's that handicap match with Peach taking on the Grimm Alliance of, obviously, Grimm and Billy. And so let's break it down from here then. Let's do so indeed. And well, we're all saying that Peach is going to come into this, unprepared. But I keep saying otherwise. I think she's got a plan. I think she's got a plan and she's going to pull it off. And with that hardcore title on the line, she's going to win it. And maybe spruce it up a little bit. I mean, Nightmare had it before and look what it turned him into. And now Grimm's got it, but Peach is going to give that title respect. She's going to give it back that credibility that it deserves. You got to be kidding me, Peach giving a title credibility, come on. That's not possible. Peach couldn't give credibility if it came up to her and slapped her in the face. Whatever that's supposed to mean. Yeah. I don't know what I'm saying there, you just talk. Yeah, but I think Peach has a master plan. Cyrus has a big announcement, Peach has a big plan. And it's going to pay off. It's all hardcore rules, so of course it's going to be a tornado tag style for the opposing team in question, that's Grimm and Billy. And as I keep pointing out, Billy, if he does get pinned, the title can change hands. Regardless of who gets pinned out of the team that she's facing. But that's if she can, pin him in the first place. Oh, she's going to. I think Rouge and Samus are going to do an excellent job. I've been hearing they've been teaching her a lot of hardcore training. I didn't know they knew a lot about hardcore training in the first place. Well, they do. So there you go. So they've been educating her quite a lot on the rules of hardcore. Well, she's definitely going to need it, I think, because the odds are stacked against Peach. Like they've never been stacked before, I think. Even with the presence of Billy, can you believe it? And that's how low Peach is, because she's never competed before. I like that tone of voice you had. She's never competed before. Where was I? But yeah, she's never competed before. You did it again. Thanks. Why is it with me doing that? You're freaking me out. Let's carry on. Let's carry on indeed. So, your prediction for that? Peach is going to win. My prediction. She's got a master plan. She isn't walking into this unarmed. Is the term I'm looking for. Thank you very much. My vocal cords. And I think that's going to wrap it up for part 1, don't you think? I do indeed. We've got those 3 matches covered. Still to come in part 2, we've got the Tag Team Turmoil to discuss, which was just announced on the last episode of Smashdown, and the Soul Calibur Rules match. So we'll see you then.